What's Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black Chat 3 long face skinny body, and we are back still black with some more fire Boruto manga related content. Now before we do the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button, share it with your friends, and let's start talking about the business. Yes sir, ski.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
Now, my guy Kawaki has, I don't want to say been the talk of the town since the release of Chapter 13, because Chapter 13 was so astronomical. It's a whole bunch of talk of the town stemming around the community, if we just going to be 100% truthful, right? But in terms of Kawaki, right, revolving around his character, something that I found quite intriguing, especially from y'all's point of view, is the idea of Kawaki's Shinjutsu, or quote unquote, since we already know Kawaki has Shinjutsu, Shibai cells / Shibai ability, probably laying dormant within his body or possibly yet to awaken, right? So there's a lot of things that people suggest, like what OP ability Shibai can have, what did Amado secretly do to Kawaki's karma, the secrets and the intricacies behind Ikibi, her history, the connection with Delta, the Chekhov's gun of Kawaki questioning Amado, like, all right, me bringing your daughter back to life with my karma seal, is this like a way to create a new Otsutsuki? Like, what's going on? Amado not knowing the truth answer to that situation and possible problem actually becoming a reality, right? And then with the fruition of Kashikoji's ability and Pressence's ability to see all possible futures from the current point in the timeline going forward, it's just a whole lot of ways you can wrap your head around Kawaki and all of the things that can possibly come to fruit. Now, necessarily, my stance in this matter, it's really hard to even say like, yes, Kawaki has Shibai cells, or no, Kawaki doesn't have Shibai cells. So what we're gonna do is look at all of the instances in the story that directly point towards Kawaki not having Shibai cells and Kawaki possibly having Shibai cells. Now, my personal opinion is like I said, I'm indifferent on the matter. Now, what I think may actually come to fruition in the story is, I wouldn't be surprised if Kawaki ends up having Shibai cells or unlocking an ability stemming from Shibai Otsutsuki directly. It really wouldn't catch me by surprise, albeit the way things probably might unfold or go down, with that being the exception. But all in all, it won't catch me by surprise. And I can honestly say it wouldn't catch me by surprise with Kawaki not even ever attaining Shibai cells, or having Amado not place Shibai cells within Kawaki's body at all. I wouldn't be caught by surprise. Now, we're going to have to look at both ways that justify both ends, and then by the end of the video you can decide for yourself, because personally I feel the story might actually give us Kawaki with Shibai cells ability, because at this point Boruto is mopping the floor with my guy. Like, yeah, it's nothing Kawaki can do to catch up to Boruto's strength, on the fact that Boruto still has 2 power-ups that he hasn't tapped into yet, the Karma Seal and his special eye, right? And he's doing all of this stuff. Kawaki has a lot of work to do. So I wouldn't be surprised. Shibai cells might be the little oomph that pushed Kawaki over the edge, that gets him at least to Boruto's level. But now, just starting off the video, because I feel like a majority of you guys already accepted the idea that Kawaki has Shibai cells. It's just a matter of what ability can he possibly awaken. So we're going to save that for towards the end of the video and just get out the ideas for the signs that point towards Kawaki not having Shibai cells. First things first, Otsutsuki is a proud race, right? They're very proud, they're very arrogant, whether it's from Kaguya or Ishiki, Kinshiki, Momo to Ishiki, you know what I'm saying? They're very proud, and it goes to say we can expect the same out of someone like Shibai Otsutsuki. There has been tons of ideas or tons of suggestions that Shibai discarded his body in hopes of any other Otsutsuki possibly venturing out to find it, in hopes of them not being able to obtain his body, obtain his power, because the arrogance and the pride of the Otsutsuki clan. Now, with the pride being such a thing, in all of the instances that we've seen Ishiki Otsutsuki, conduct himself in such manner, I kind of would find it hard to believe, right, if Ishiki would allow Kawaki, his own personal vessel, who he's building up and grooming to be basically him 2.0, to, you know, be overfilled and overflowed with the power, or, you know what I'm saying, the essence of another deity, of another Otsutsuki, despite it, whether it be Otsutsuki God, whether it be just another regular Otsutsuki. We could see instances where Otsutsuki, I wouldn't say they're necessarily fond of each other, but they tend to, you know, have such big pride to the point where the clan's rule kind of falls behind in terms of their own personal goal or their own personal ambition, right? When Momoshiki refers to Shibai, he didn't refer to him in reverence. He just referred to him as a history encyclopedia. Like, nah, I heard of a Otsutsuki like that. Nigga, Shibai Otsutsuki. But whenever they refer to themselves, think of themselves, you know what I'm saying, portray themselves, it's always they're the highest nobility, whether it be just, you know, them having that pride, like I said, in it's being a big amongst the clans, or they just have that complex, right, that superior complexity when it going against shinobi or going against a different or a lesser species in this sense. But Ishiki, right, Otsutsuki, right, especially after seeing in the instances where we understand Ada is older than Kawaki, Code is older than Kawaki, so there has been obviously cyborgs and other androids that have been worked on by Amado that have been implanted with Shibai cells, or other cyborgs that have been ordered to be destroyed by Jigen, right, prior or probably during the instances of Kawaki being worked on or Kawaki being brought into the Kawa organization. So in that sense, if, let's just say if, and we're running on a big if, because at the end of the day, this whole video can get, you know, discarded if it turns out Amado had attained Shibai's body without Ishiki's knowledge, right? And Ishiki had no idea, and he suspected it, but he couldn't completely confirm it without 100% proof, right? But with the idea that Ishiki has knowledge of whatever Amado tampered with Shibai's body in order to make the Kawa inner stronger or to possibly sprout out one of their abilities, right? It's finding hard to believe that Ishiki would accept his own personal vessel to get that same treatment, to get the same implants, where it's like it can be a contradiction. Two powerful entities, essence or chakra, you know, striving or fighting for control over Kawaki's body in regards, you know, all of that falls into headcanon. But just in the sense of the pride of the Otsutsuki clan, it makes a lot of sense. Just for Ishiki to be like, nah, do whatever you want to them niggas, but Kawaki, that's mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, body modification, body altercation, you know what I'm saying? Make them stronger, faster. But other than that, that's good. The only Otsutsuki essence he needs is mine, right? So just that in itself, right? Ishiki having too big of an ego, too big of a pride to allow his own personal vessel to have Shibai cells implanted in him. Now, on the other hand, Amado is like, you know what I'm saying? Forget you everything that Shibai, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's working behind Ishiki's back. The main goal is to kill Ishiki. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Fuck what you say. Anything you got to say and anything you thought you was going to say. You know what I'm saying? So we just going to go ahead and put these Shibai cells in a Kawaki right quick and get to work. Now, aside from the whole will and the pride and the ego of the Otsutsuki clan, understanding that Kawaki's say in the matter, especially during his time in the organization of Karam, was very little, exactly a little to none. You can't really place his opinion or his possible, you know what I'm saying, willingness in terms of undergoing the surgeries or the process of obtaining Shibai cells, you know, in his own accord. So all of that will lie under the direction of either Amado or Jigen. So taking away the idea that Jigen had this big pride, big ego, right? Let's just say Amado went behind Jigen's back, because at the end of the day, he did go behind Jigen's back, feeding Kawaki Otsutsuki pills to weaken or slow the karmic progression in order for Ishiki to revive in Kawaki's body. So I wouldn't find it hard to believe of Amado secretly implanting Shibai cells into Kawaki and in one day hoping for Kawaki, you know what I'm saying, to awaken the Shibai ability. Now, when we're looking at the possibilities of Kawaki actually awakening a Shibai cell ability, a Shibai Shinjutsu, it falls more into whatever chance that Amado had whenever he had opportunities to work on Kawaki's body. Now, if, like I said in the beginning of the video, they do decide to go the route of Kawaki having Shibai cells and possibly waking the ability, I believe it may have something to do with the procedure that Amado went on Kawaki's body post Ishiki's death, meaning the procedure he did in order to give Kawaki this new karma that supposedly had quote unquote Akibi's karma seal or Akibi's data within the karma seal and not Ishiki's essence. So there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts in it, because Amado himself said, you know, he's just a scientist in a human world with human capacity, tampering or meddling in the world of gods, which he actually has no idea of what, you know, possible outcomes can stem from these type of situations with his limited capacity of knowledge on the matter. So Amado definitely, right, is doing something that can trigger, or, you know what I'm saying, slowly but dormantly, you know, allow Kawaki's cells or body to react in a certain way that allow him to awaken the Shibai cells. There's a lot of interesting things that can justify it, right? The fact that Amado constructed Kawaki's karma seal in a way to open or unlock based off of Kawaki's true desire and his natural will of wanting to protect Naruto. So I wouldn't find it hard to believe, just as similarly with all the other Kara inners, you know, Shibai cells laying dormant in their bodies and awakening randomly without any knowledge or, you know what I'm saying, preparation is just the possibility of hope, like chance, throwing a rock up in the air and just praying that it comes down in the wishful spot that you know want it to land in. So in that similar regard, just as he wished and hoped for Kawaki to want to open his or unlock his karma seal, he probably thought, okay, maybe I can get Kawaki to unlock a Shibai ability or unlock his Shibai cells to awaken more Shinjutsu, because we know after he got the second karma seal, Kawaki awakened the Shinjutsu of Daikokoten and Sukuna Hikoda, right? The eye that allowed him to shrink any and everything that's non-living and including himself, and the eye that allows him to summon things to a dimension where all time is freeze, stand still, and bring in objects and enlarge those objects from said dimensions. There's a lot of interesting things that actually occur with Kawaki post, you know, his second karma seal, post whatever procedure Amado actually did on him that allowed Kawaki to have his daughter Akibi's, you know, essence within his own karma seal. All in all, I believe, as opposed to the pros and the cons, whether the do's and the don'ts, it might be leaning more towards Kawaki having Shibai cells, and it might be the, you know, the trigger or the point that allows Kawaki to ascend to the level that he can become a threat to Boruto, or to ascend to a level that we understand he's supposed to be the main villain, and he doesn't feel that threatening right now, especially with Boruto being this strong. So it can be possible that Amado just threw his, you know what I'm saying, crossed his fingers and threw his luck in the air and said, okay, Kawaki unlocked the karma seal, let's just pray to God he can unlock a Shibai ability, and then we'll be able to get things moving, right? But other than the fact of Ishiki having pride and ego, there's really nothing else that allows me to believe that Kawaki wouldn't have Shibai cells, right? If Kishimoto just decides for it to be like that, then A, he's the one who's writing the story. I can't say nothing about that. But in story, you know, reasoning, other than the pride and you know, watchful eye of Jigen / Ishiki, making sure, no, you don't do anything funny money with my vessel, I wouldn't find any other reason why Amado wouldn't place Shibai cells into Kawaki. But it's still a lot more we can find out as the, you know what I'm saying, chapters come and we move forward within the story. So let me know y'all thoughts. Do y'all think Kawaki do have Shibai cells? And is there a possibility he might awaken a new Shinjutsu within the story that can even put him on level playing field with my guy Boruto? Let me know your thoughts below. It's your boy Black Uchiha. Let me know how y'all feel. Comment below, share the video with your friends. Holla at your boy. I'm holla at y'all. Black shout. Yes, sir. Ski.